いいですね。はい、210 sorry, 280 sorry, 280万4790いいですね。300 right 72万805いいですね。4番999万9900はい、800万499いいですか。はい、これは300万3846いいですか。じゃあこっちの方ね。これは405万1650はい、これは620万7431はい、そして567万8910 So just get rid of the extra mans in there, okay? 560万67万 right? 567万8910わかりますか？ Okay. So, couple of points to remember is you can use that method anytime, you know, 1, 10, 100, 1000, 万, 10万, 100万. You can even take it to 1000 man, right? We could have done one more place. Also, if there's a 0 in there, you don't have to put a number here, but you still need to acknowledge the man if you're in the man's places, right? If there's a 0 where a sen should be, you can actually skip the word sen, right? If you've got numbers all the way through here, you do not keep repeating the man part for every number, right? Q, hyaku, Q, Q, man. And then Q, sen, Q, hyaku, right? You okay? You need a drink?
I'll be right back.
Okay. いいですか? Okay. Any questions?
It's confusing. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, higher numbers in Japanese take some practice, but you guys did a good job with them. So if that was confusing for you, keep practicing. Okay. じゃあ教科書を見ましょう。Okay. Did we even do the vocab drill last week? I think we didn't. I think we were just focusing on katakana drill, right?
We did both katakana and
Oh yeah, that's right. We did the vocab. It was
Yes.
the flashcard form rather than
Yes.
from the textbook. Do you guys want to do the flashcards again? Do you feel like that's good practice, or would you rather go straight into renshuu exercises, textbook,
just straight to this.
just straight into it?
I'm feeling the flashcards, yeah.
What's that?
I'm thinking the flashcards, but
Are you saying you want the flashcards or you don't want the flashcards?
I'm saying
You do want them.
yeah.
Okay. So some people would like the flashcards again? Yeah. Okay. That's why I've got them. So let's run through them together. Okay, we're not going to do all all the katakana flashcards again. I'm depending on you guys to kind of get working on katakana on your own time too.
Yeah, I remember my
Okay.
backpack.
So let's go through flashcards real quick. So,
Kaban.
hi,
Kaban.
which means
Bag.
bag. Tsukue, which means
Desk.
desk. Tsukue. Isu means
Chair.
chair. Pen. Anybody? Pen. Model.
Window.
Window.
Door.
Door. Door,
Door.
yes. Sarada. Salad, yes. Right. Cola.
Soda.
Cola, soda. Right.
Soba.
Soba. Yes. Japanese noodles. Kare. Curry, yeah. Kare. Misen. 2,000. Right. 1,000. Kore is this.
This one.
Oh, yeah, yeah, like this one, yeah. 200.
200.
Right. Raku is 100, right? Domo. Thank you. Okay. Dozo is please. Ja is then, oh well then, in that case, something like that. Takai is expensive. Okay. Ikura, how much? How much, right? Like ikura desu ka? How much is it? Yen. Right, yen, Japanese currency. So if you put the word yen on the end of these, they would all be prices. Expensive prices. Hi.
I have a question though.
Hi.
If we were talking, would we say yen when talking to someone, or
In
did you
Japanese,
say
en.
Just
En.
en?
They say en.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
How did it end up being yen in English? Good question. I've never really understood that one.
Okay.
Rekishi.
History.
Hi, history. Rekishi. I guess the same could be said about how did Nihon end up being Japan. That's an evolution that I do not understand. Hi, business. Business.
Economics.
Hi, keizai, economics. Hankoku, yeah.
Korea.
Korea, yes, Korea, the country. Hankoku. Hankoku.
Ikisu.
Hi, Igirisu. England, the country. Yeah, Igirisu. Hi. Hi, America. That one should be obvious. America. Hi.
Toilet.
Toilet. Hi. Hi.
Google.
Ginko.
Bank.
Bank, yes.
Hon.
Hon. Book. Alright. Boshi. Hmm? watch or clock.
T-shirt.
T-shirts, right? Should be obvious. Right, newspaper. Dictionary, right? There's actually a website called jisho.org. It's an online Japanese English Japanese dictionary. Very useful one. Jeans. Right. Wallet, right? Kutsu, shoes, right? Kasa,
Umbrella.
umbrella. Right.
Casa is house in Spanish.
I
It's just
know,
like,
so, well, think about it as like a little portable house that you take with you to the rain on.
thinking it of like that one home insurance with the
Yeah, so kasa. Yeah, that's how I first memorized it. Pencil, right?
yasai,
Yeah.
vegetable,
Vegetables, right? Yasai. Food, meat,
tonkatsu,
tonkatsu,
pork cutlets,
pork cutlets, right?
sakana,
Fish, sakana,
oishi,
right?
Delicious.
dare,
Dare.
Cool.
Who, right? Dare.
soko,
Asoko.
over there,
Over there, way over there.
doko,
Doko.
where,
Where? As in, toire wa doko desu ka? Always a good question to know how to say in any language if you're going to that country.
there,
Soko, there, near the listener.
koko,
Koko, here, near the speaker. Koko.
dono,
Dono, which. There we go. Ano. It can be and it can also mean that way over there. Sono, that near the listener. Kono, this near the speaker. Dore,
which one,
which one? Yes.
sore,
Sore,
that one,
that one near the listener, and are, that one far from both of us. Okay. A few more to get through.
menu,
Menu is menu. Exactly. Jitensha, bicycle. Kisaten, coffee shop. Toshokan,
Library.
library. Yuginkoku,
post office,
post office.
China,
Chugoku, hai, China. Chugoku. Computer. Should be obvious, yes? Oka-san, mother, hai. Oto-san, father. Irashaimase. Welcome to our store, yes. Said in every business establishment in Japan, anytime a customer walks in. Onegaishimasu. Please do X, or please give me X. Right. Like o onegaishimasu.
kudasai,
Like o kudasai. Again, please give me blank. Right. 300. 300. 400. 500. 500. 600. 900. 60,000. Yeah, 60 mon. 6 mon. Nanaman, 70,000. Right. Hachiman, 80,000. Also happens to be the name of a town. Human, 90,000. Juman, 100,000. Right. Hyakuman, 1 million. Right. So we were just practicing. And then Senman would be 10 million. Right. Yeah. Teishoku.
The menu with the 5 million faces?
Yeah, set menu.
Set menu.
Yeah, they call it a set menu. Teishoku. Right.
Spaghetti.
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 Obvious?
Yeah.
Okay. Udon, another kind of Japanese noodle. Soba are usually thinner and often made with buckwheat instead of regular wheat. Udon are white wheat noodles. They're thicker and very soft and mushy. Soba noodles tend to be a little bit more al dente. Sanboichi. Sandwich. Nice cream, what my kids always beg for. Ramen. Noodles. These are the ones that everybody knows in this country, the instant ramen, right? But ramen is technically, according to Japan at least, Chinese noodles. And they're the Chinese, what you guys have heard of as lo mein in
Yeah.
Chinese restaurants, that's where Japanese ramen originated from. But of course, they've diverged greatly over the hundreds and hundreds of years. Hamburger is hamburger. Hamburger. Coffee. Coffee. What everybody wants when they come to this class. Kocha, black tea. If you don't like kogi, you might like kocha. Juice, or you might prefer juice. Or or tea with kocha to milk. There you go. Good combo. Kyoshitsu. 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 Classroom, yes. The room we're in right now. Kyo means education. Shitsu means a room. So kyoshitsu is literally education room. Kokuban. Blackboard, yes. Literally black and board. Yeah, koku is one of the pronunciations for the kanji for black, and ban is literally a board. Okay. A wooden board. Kokuban. Denki, lights, electricity. Curtain, curtains, you hang them on your model. Right. Jisho, I think we had that one before.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's good to reinforce that one. Enfitsu, pencil, and hone, book, and keshigomu, yes, a gum eraser. Gomu is from gum, so keshigomu is the eraser you use to erase pencil marks, not the kokuban keshi. This thing is called a kokuban keshi, because it's for erasing the kokuban.
Do you
Do you understand? Or did you understand? Wakarimashita. I understood. Wakarimasen. I don't understand. Help. Wakarimasen. Important. If you need it, use it. Yukkuri itte kudasai. Please say it slowly. Yukkuri itte kudasai. It helps that you kind of have to say yukkuri slowly, right? That's a way to help yourself remember it. Mo ichido itte kudasai. Please say it one more time, right? And again, it's got the ichi right in there. So they'll help you remember that this is the one that means one more time, please, versus yukuri is slowly.
Can you say onegashimasu after saying that?
もう一度言ってください。
Onegashimasu.
It would be a separate sentence.
Okay.
You can't add it onto this sentence because it already has kudasai. Okay. And ちょっと待ってください。Please.
What was that?
Wait.
Wait.
ちょっと待ってください。Please wait a sec. Please wait a minute. Please wait a little bit. ちょっと is a little bit. 待って is wait. ちょっと待ってください。Please wait. はい、聞いてください。Please listen. And 10ページを見てください。Please look at page 10 or whatever page we're actually looking at. いいですか？
Meet is to look.
Yeah, 見てください means please look. In the next chapter, we will get into some of those verbs, but we won't be learning those te form verbs until sentences. Okay. じゃあ let's go ahead and do some renshuu. So, 69ページを見てください。69ページを見てください。69ページを見てください。69ページを見ましょう。69ページ。見てますか？ Okay, so we
I
did
think she said 69. We did A and 69, but not B.
we did A,
Yeah.
but we're going to look at the example B. So they give the example at the bottom of this page, but then the real exercises on the next page. Okay, so we're going to look at the example first. So, Marianne-san, Q を読んでください。ヤミさん、A を読んでください。Okay, so Q the A for B, part B. はい。
ペンはいくらですか
80円です。
Hi. So everybody see how they're doing this? They give you the little picture of the item, they give you the price tag, and they want you to put it together in a little sentence in reply to the question, ペンはいくらですか? Okay. So if you look at the next one, Sunny-san, you're going to ask the question for number 1, and Kimi-san is going to answer with the price. It's right there. It tells you. はい。鉛筆は
鉛筆はいくらですか？
50円です。
はい、50円ですね。はい、じゃあ2番、キミさんとライアンさんお願いします。
傘はいくらですか？
いくら
いくら？What I say?
いくらですか？ I'm not sure what you said, but try again. いくらですか？
いくらですか？
はい。
傘は1000円です。
はい、そうですね。じゃあ3番、ライアンさんとキメナさんお願いします。
新聞はいくらですか？
新聞は110円です。
はい。はい、じゃあ4番、キメナさんとエリさんお願いします。
本はいくらですか
4番。はい。
本はいくらですか
円です。
はい、そうですね。1500円ですね。じゃあ5番お願いします。エリさんと マークさん。
靴はいくらですか？
1万円。
本当ですか？靴。
あ、靴。
靴はいくらですか
3500円です。
はい、3500円ですね。じゃあ6番、マークさんとウルさんお願いします。
時計はいくらですか？1万円です。
はい、そうですね。じゃあ7番、ウルさんとメリアンさんお願いします。
今はいくらですか？
カバン。
カバンはいくらですか？
はい。
Me. I know that part.
What comes after sen? The next place after sen is
Man.
So it's ni man.
Niman. Is
Hi.
that Nijuman?
No, that would be an extra zero.
Okay.
Okay, so
So
it's
it's just
just
Niman.
ni man.
Niman. Nimanen desu.
はい、そうですね。じゃあ8番どうぞ。
辞書はいくらですか
8000円です。
はい、そうですね。じゃあ9番お願いします。
ジーン
ジーンズ。はい。ジーンズは。
ジーンスいくら？
ジーンズは。
ジーンスはいくらですか？
はい。
9000円です。
はい、9000円ですね。はい、じゃあ10番お願いします。自転車
はいくらですか？
自転車は25000円です。
はい、そうですね。じゃあ11番どうぞ。
ノートはいくらですか？
ノートは450円です。
はい。ね、じゃあ12番お願いします。
帽子はいくらですか？2800円です。
はい。2800円です。はい、そうですね。じゃあいいですか？
いいですよ。
じゃあパート C. Okay, we're going to start with Ellie-san, part A, and Mako-san, B. Read the example first.
美術はいくらですか
100円です。
Hi. Okay, now you'll see that for these, you've got some of the answers here, and then some of the answers are in the other page, page 80. So you're going to be doing, if you're, okay, depending on which one you're asking about, you're going to have to look at one picture or the other. Make sense? You're going to have to look at the picture that has the answer if you're the one answering. So for picture A, okay, so you're going to start by asking the question. So you're going to be looking at picture B to ask about the casa, and Will has to look at picture A to give you the answer about the casa. Okay?
朝はいくらですか
1200円です。
Yes. Hi. Okay. And now Will's going to ask about the jitensha, and Marianne has to look at picture A to get that answer.
自転車はいくらですか？
36,000円です。
はい、よくできました。はい、じゃあ、you're asking about the 時計。
時計はいくらですか？
はい。You have to look at picture A to get the answer about the 時計。10 would be if it had one less zero. So what comes after 10? Man. There you go. So it's ichi man. はい、1万円ですね。はい。じゃあ、now you're asking about the 日本語の辞書 and Kimmy's gonna answer from question B. So, 日本語の辞書 Japanese Language Dictionary 日本語の辞書
日本語の辞書はいくらですか
3700円です。
はい、そうですね。じゃあ、キミさんは靴について聞いてください。Ask about the shoes.
靴はいくらですか？
靴は4500円です。
はい、そうですね。じゃあ、T シャツ。
T シャツはいくらですか
9000円です。
はい、そうですね。じゃあ、カバンは
カバンはいくらですか？8000円です。
はい。そしてジーンズお願いします。
ジーンズはいくらですか
7000円です。
7000円です。はい、7000円ですね。わかりますか？
わかります。
じゃあ、パート2、we did this first one last time. Remember using これそれ? Okay. So now we're going to do another exercise with これ and それ and あれ. Oh, this one's actually all あれ. Sorry. So part B. Okay. So, let's see. So, マークさんとウィルさん、9と A お願いします。72ページですね。Top of the page.
あれは何ですか？
あれは図書館です。
はい、あれは図書館です。
I'm sorry, what page did we go to?
72ページです。72ページです。72ページ。いいですか？So we're looking at the little street in Japan here. Okay, so あれは何ですか？あれは図書館です。Okay, pointing at the library, right? Now, Wiru-san, you're going to ask about Ichiban. So you're then, Nagana-san is going to answer about Ichiban.
あれは何ですか
Okay, I'm lost. I'm sorry.
Ichiban of this picture. So what is that?
Oh, I see. あれは桜大学大学です。
はい、桜大学ですね。桜大学。わかりますか？
わかります。
はい。じゃあ、2番お願いします。ジャニーさんに聞いて。You're still asking the same question from up here.
From up here, okay. あれは何ですか？
あれは銀行です。
はい、あれは銀行ですね。じゃあ、3番お願いします。キミさんに聞いて。
あれは何ですか？
あれは郵便局です。
はい、あれは郵便局です。Let's practice saying that one real quick. 郵便局。郵便局。
郵便局。
And notice that little symbol on the building there? That is Japan's universal symbol for the post office. That is the postal symbol in Japan. In fact, zip codes in Japanese addresses are not just digits, they're that symbol plus digits, like that. That's what a
Kinda
zip
cool.
code in Japan looks like.
That's actually kind of cool.
So anytime you see that symbol, you know it's the postal symbol. So some postcards come pre-printed with that symbol and 6 little boxes with a dash in between to give you a place to put your zip code. And that also kind of gives you a clue of where the address is supposed to go on the postcard. So some postcards come pre-printed with space for that. The mailboxes, public mailboxes that might be on the sidewalk somewhere, have this symbol on them, which is the only way to identify them until you've seen one, because they don't look like mailboxes that we're used to seeing. They kind of look like really tall fire plugs. They're very strange looking to American eyes because they're not the least bit like American mailboxes. They're sort of round and a weird shape, not a straight cylinder or anything, and about yay tall. And you kind of have to search to find the slot to put the mail in because it's not obvious if you don't know what they look like. And they're often red, not blue. So if you're looking for like a blue mailbox like we're used to in this country, you will not find one in Japan. But they will have that symbol on them. Okay, so that's how you can identify Yubin Kyoku. Okay, and if you see lots of buildings and you're not sure which one is the Yubin Kyoku, look for that symbol. It'll be on the building as well. Did you find a picture of a Japanese mailbox?
Found a bunch.
Yep, yeah. The round one is the one that I got used to seeing in the small towns, but I think the square ones are more common in the bigger cities.
I was really curious. I had to see.
Yeah. Did you see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technology is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Thank God for
So-
Google.
So
Yeah.
it's like in that circle that you put the.
Yeah, so if you look at the circular one, there's like a hole there in the place that looks like it's wearing a cap. So that's the slot for mail to go in.
Kind of looks like the postman.
Yeah.
If he was right.
But the good news is, since there are that many different shapes possible for mailboxes, at least they always have the Yubin Kyoku symbol on them. So you know that's what it is. You don't want to accidentally put your mail in a garbage can.
Do they look similar?
Garbage cans can be all kinds of crazy shapes, so,
That's
you
very
know,
true.
I wouldn't put it past a Japanese manufacturer to think it was cute to make a garbage can that looked like a mailbox or vice versa. Okay, so that was 3番. So, Kimi-san to Ryan-san, 4番お願いします。
あれは何ですか？
あれは喫茶店です。
はい、喫茶店ですね。Okay, those are usually easier to identify than post offices because they usually have a cute little awning, or they'll have the word cafe in Romaji or something because they want to look European, they want to look Western, so
Starbucks symbol.
yeah. I don't know how popular Starbucks is in Japan. It may be everywhere by now, I don't know, but I do know that other like independent coffee houses are very popular in Japan.
That symbol, is there
Yeah.
any relation to the katakana symbol of te?
No, no relation whatsoever. They should not look the same. Te should have a curve to it. Yeah, they should actually, there should be a nice identifiable contrast between te and the yubin symbol. Okay, pair work. So, using the vocabulary for classrooms, let's see if we can't point out a few things in the classroom and ask and answer questions about them.
I have a question.
Hi.
We don't have a blackboard. Do we still use that as a blackboard?
Apparently, it's okay to call this a kokuban, even though it's not koku. Yeah. Hakuban would be the more accurate term for it, but apparently they don't necessarily call it a hakuban. They call it a kokuban still. So, which, I mean, we used to call them blackboards even when they were green, so. True. So, I guess that could work. So, whose turn is it?
I'm supposed to. Am I reading?
Part C. You're supposed to point at.
So you can point at something and ask what it is. So look around the room, see what you can find that you know we have the vocabulary for, and ask. Hi. Dozo.
You have to ask. Oh, sorry.
He's deciding what to point at first.
それ、
Are, because it's far from both of you.
あれは何ですか？
Which one? The desk or
あれ、
computer?
これですか？これ？
あれはコンピューターです。
はい。
モニター。
はい、モニターです。はい。
あれは何ですか？あれはドアです。
はい、いいですね。どうぞ。
あれは何ですか？
あれは電気です。
はい。
それは何ですか？これは本です。
はい、そうですね。はい。じゃあどうぞ。
これは何ですか？
それはノートです。
はい。よくできました。Okay. You're holding something.
Oh, I am. これはごめんなさい。これは何ですか？
それは
鉛筆
です。
はい、鉛筆です。Okay, so you can ask Johnny since he just got back.
Okay. これは何ですか？
You got to look at what she's
Look at what
pointing
she's
at.
holding.
So she says, 何ですか？
ノート、
それ
それ
は
は
ノート
ノー
です。
ト、ノートです。
それはノートです。はい。
それはノートです。
Okay, now it's your turn to ask Ryan something. Pick something that he's got vocabulary for.
Oh shit.
What did you just go and get from the hall? That's, we haven't covered that one yet.
So, それは何ですか？
これは, because it's
これは
close to you.
It's close to me. Okay.
Okay.
これは何ですか？
それはカバンです。
Hi. Yes, technically you could call that, they sometimes say backpack saku, or sometimes rukusaku. But for now, kaban is the word we've learned. So I would say any kind of bag will use kaban for now, because that's the word you guys are studying. So even like Himena-san no kaban wa kirei desu ne. Anyone. So yeah, bags like that are normally called handobagu. But for now, we'll just use kaban as a general term. Okay, いいですね. Okay, so now we're shifting gears just a little bit. Has everybody noticed that with kore, sore, and are, what's the structure of the sentence? What are we putting immediately after any one of those?
Wow.
And dore is the same. Dore. Any of these are followed by wa, right? And then
Yes.
and then whatever the noun is plus des, right? So, are wa, doa desu. Kore wa magic pen desu. それはコンピューターです, etc., etc., right? So, and with dore it would be like, dore wa,
Ga.
actually, yes, it would be ga. Dore ga. So, we'll leave that one off for now. That one's confusing. We'll see what that is. That's a separate grammar point, pretty much. So, but kore, sore, are all take wa, then the noun plus des, right? That's the structure. Now, let's look at part 3. Kono hon wa ikura desu ka? What just changed? Kono instead of kore, and what do you do structure-wise? Kono, sono, and ano all require a noun here, and then wa. You see the difference? Okay. So kore, sore, and are are just like saying this is a pen. This one. You could translate it as this one is a pen, or you could just say this is a pen, right? Kono pen is more like this pen, right? This pen is, for example, kono pen wa takai desu, for example. You can put an adjective here. It doesn't have to be a noun. You could put an adjective here, or you could put a noun here that's a second thing about that same pen, or you could put a person with no here to say that it belongs to so-and-so. So, for example, このマジックペンはマリアンさんのペンです. That's a possible sentence. And then you add des. Okay, so you've got all these options of what you can stick in here. Right? So with this structure, basically all you're doing is identifying the item. This is a really good structure for learning new vocabulary in Japanese, right? Because you can ask, これは何ですか? Right? You can replace the noun with none instead, right? これは何ですか? And point to or hold up any item that you don't know the word for in Japanese, and your Japanese friend can tell you what it's called, right? これは何ですか? それはマジックペンです. これは何ですか? それは黒板消しです. Right? Like that. So you could learn all kinds of noun vocabulary that way. You could go around the whole house in your Japanese friend's house and ask them, これは何ですか? 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 And they'll get sick of you. But you could do that and you could learn a lot of vocabulary that way, right? You know? And then you can also go around with, pad of sticky notes and your pen and write down each label and slap it on there so that you start learning them, right? Because being told it once is probably not enough to memorize it. So that structure is really great for that. But let's say you already know what to call this thing, but you want to know more information about it. Okay? So you could ask questions like, これはいくら? このマジックペンはいくらですか? Right? You could do that with this structure. あのジーンズはいくらですか? そのノートはいくらですか?
So you're asking
How much that item is. So, その iPad はいくらですか? Something like that, right? You know? そのコーラはいくらですか? Right? If you want to know how much you paid for that cola. Maybe you want one just like it and you want to know if you have enough cash on you. Cash is still the most common way to pay for things in Japan. Yeah. Credit cards are becoming more and more widely accepted. They pretty much skipped over the whole checkbook thing. Hardly anybody ever had checkbooks ever in Japan. They just skipped that entirely. But there's still plenty of mom and pop shops that won't take credit cards. So most people walk around with a fair bit of cash on them. And pickpockets and muggings and such like that are very rare in Japan compared to here. So people don't worry a whole lot about the fact that they're carrying cash around with them. It's just not as common a problem. So, not that I would necessarily walk around with a wad of cash in my hand like this, but, I didn't worry too much about, going to the bank and taking out gomanen and just keeping that much cash on me until I'd spent it all, and then going back to the ATM the next time I'd run out of cash.
No, they got a pretty great police force over there.
So, このその
Could you do a sentence with a couple of, you could use,
some of the other examples I gave. So, for example,
can you use 2 words? Like when you said that the magic pen,
well, magic pen is a single noun. It's a compound word for a single item.
right,
Yeah.
No.
So, but このマジックペンは私のマジックペンです。
okay.
Yeah, you can do that. So that's the 私の or メアリーさんの or 君さんの or whatever.
Okay, so you said like magic pen wa watashi no magic pen. You said it
Yeah,
twice.
you
in the
can
same
say it
sentence?
twice. You can say it twice in the same sentence. You can leave the second one out because it is redundant at that point, right? It's
Okay.
not
Would you leave out
necessary.
the word no as well?
No,
Watashi no des?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So, yeah, you can leave out the second repetition of that same noun. この消しゴム、この黒板消しは私のです。You don't have to say 黒板消し a second time.
This pen is my pen.
Yes. Yeah, so this pen is my pen or this pen is mine. It's the same thing even in English, right? So watashi no, you don't have to say the second one, okay? If you know color words, you could put your color word here. If you know adjectives, you could put your adjective here. So far, I think the only adjective they gave us was takai, right? So, for example, あのジーンズは高いです. Right? I think they had one pair in there that was 7万円 or something. Hi? Oishii, that's the other adjective they gave us. So you could say, この魚は美味しいです. Right? Or, あのとんかつは美味しいです. Right?
Would you be able to use like, I know they're talking about pens over here, would you be able to say this is my father's pen, this is my mother's pen?
Sure. これは, sorry, このペン or そのペンはお父さんのです. Or お父さんのペンです is fine, but you could just say お父さんのです. You know, it's my dad's. And if you want to make it very clear that you mean your own dad, not somebody else's dad, you could say, このペンは私のお父さんのです. It sounds kind of crazy, but it is possible to do it that way. Okay? わかりますか?
はい。
はい。じゃあ、練習やりましょう。Okay, so この本はいくらですか? So they're using the examples of asking how much things are and telling prices. Okay, so if you're the one asking, looks like they mean for the person with the speech bubble to be the one asking for each of these little diagrams. Okay, so oh, they're actually not having you ask and answer, they're just having you
Just telling them.
just saying. Okay, let's do it a little differently. Let's practice the question as well. Okay, so let's have somebody ask, taking the role of the person who doesn't have a speech bubble. That person's going to ask, for example, その鉛筆はいくらですか? And then the other person's going to answer, この鉛筆は60円です. Does everybody see what I'm doing? Okay. Whose turn was it last? Where did we end? I've lost track.
Was it right?
I think, did we get all the way around?
Yeah, we went over.
Oh, that's right, we've got all the way around, okay. Okay, so does everybody understand what we're doing? Let's let somebody different start for a change. Himena-san to Edi-san, you guys want to start? Okay, so Himena-san, you're going to ask the question about Ichiban, and Ellie's going to answer. So you're taking the role of the person holding the pen in this case, the one without the speech bubble.
このペンはいくらですか? そのペンは60円です.
No, we're on number one, Ichiban. We did the example, so. Sono pen what?
Okay. そのペンは290円です.
はい、いいですね。じゃあ2番, now you're going to ask the question and Mark's going to answer.
その
Actually, since it's far from both of them, it would be
Sorry?
ano.
Ano.
Yeah, ano is the one. So ano what?
Ano computer
Computer.
はいくらですか?
の特徴は6万8000円。
8000
円です。
はい、6万8000円ですね。じゃあ3番、マークさんとヨルさん。
その
その
財布はいくらですか?
この財布は4300円です。
はい。じゃあ4番、ウーさんとメリアンさん。
この辞書はいくらですか?
So, since he said kono, you would say sono.
So, yeah. The numbers are gonna kill me.
Okay, sono jisho.
Start
with-
with,
yeah.
その辞書は3500円です。
はい、よくできました。はい、じゃあ5番、どうぞ。
Could it be either ano or are?
It's going to be ano jitensha.
What?
Are would be, if you were just asking, are wa ikura desu ka? How
Oh.
much is that? But we want to specify that bicycle, so.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. 自転車はいくらですか？
自転車は
自転車
自転車
は
は
1万
1万
7000
700
円です。1万7000円です。
1万7000円です。
はい、そうですね。わかりますか？
わかりました。
はい。じゃあ、Part B 見ましょう。Okay, so once again we have two cards. Okay, so card A is on this page. And let's see, 81ページ is the other page. Okay, everybody see the two? So depending on which number you're up to, which one we're asking about, you're going to be looking at either one picture or the other, depending on whether you're the person asking or the person answering. If you're the person answering, obviously you need to be looking at the one that has the answer for that question. Okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and try the examples first. Okay, so Johnny-san, you can be the customer, and Kimi-san, you're the store attendant for this one.
この本は
この本
いくらですか？
2,200 円です。
And the reason there's the little asterisks is they're expecting you to have several interactions, question and answer a few times, before you finally decide at the very end. じゃあ、その傘をください. So you ask, how much is this book? How much is that thing? How much is the other thing? How much is the other thing? And you keep asking until you finally decide, okay, please give me that thing. Because some of these things are awfully expensive, so maybe you don't want to spend that much money. Okay? But we're not going to worry about that ending piece right away. Okay, so first let's try a few of these. So, Kimi-san, you get to be the customer for Ichiban, okay? And Raina-san is going to be the store attendant for Ichiban. Okay, so you're asking.
その傘はいくらですか？
はい。
その傘は1050円です。
はい、そうですね。Okay, and now you're going to be the customer this time for Niban, and Himeno-san is the store attendant for the wallet.
その財布はいくらですか？
この財布は7350円です。
はい、いいですね。Okay, so Himeno-san, Sanban is the pencil, and you're the customer, and Ellie's going to be the store attendant.
この鉛筆はいくらですか？53円です。
はい、その鉛筆 it's farther from you, it's closer to her, right? So その鉛筆は
53円です。
はい、53円です。はい、わかりましたか？じゃあ、エリさんとマークさん、and Ellie, you're going to ask about 4番, which is the T-shirt. You're the customer.
その T シャツ
Actually, because it's far from both of you, it would be はい。
T シャツはいくらですか？
T シャツは3780円。
you need to switch back to A because that's gonna tell you the clock
Okay.
price. Okay, so he's gonna ask about the clock.
その時はいく
その
らですか？
時計、
時計はいくらですか？
その時計
Yeah.
why not?
Oh,
I think I have it.
Okay, yeah, that one.
その時計
この時計, because it's
この
closer to you. You're the store attendant, so it's closer to you.
この時計は1万
千。
2600円です。
はい、そうですね。Okay, he's right. Okay, so now you're the customer wanting to buy the bag. Okay, and Johnny's gonna be the store attendant selling you the bag. So you need to see the price tag to sell her this bag.
そのカバンはいくらですか？
カバン、
このカバン
このカバン
は
は4200円です。
はい、そうですね。はい。じゃあ、next, Johnny-san, you're going to be the customer buying the pen. Okay. And Himi-san is going to be the store attendant selling the pen.
このペンはいくらですか？
はい。
2300
No. そのペン、right?
Oh.
そのペン。
I'm sorry, I looked at the wrong price.
そのペンは
It's
そのペン。
Sono pen wa
315円です。はい。いいですね。じゃあ、okay, now Kimi-san, you are buying the hat. And I'm just gonna sell it to you. 帽子。
帽子はいくらですか？
あの帽子は1800円です。
はい。いいですね。Okay, and now Ryan-san, you are buying the jeans.
あのジーンズはいくらですか？
あのジーンズは7350円です。
はい、そうですね。皆さんわかりましたか？
わかりました。
はい、よくできました。はい、次やりましょう。Okay, so now we're talking about locations. So we talked about これそれあれ, identifying nouns, right? And we talked about このそのあの noun pointing and describing something further, right? You're saying this thing or that thing over there, and then some other fact about it or asking a question about it, right? So we talked about those two. Now the ones that end in ko, koko, soko, asoko, are talking about location of the items. Okay, so ginko wa asoko desu. Notice that the word structure, the grammar structure, again, is different from the other two, right? Kore sore are and kono sono ano all tend to be at the start of the sentence, right? But in the new example, noun wa, koko, soko, or a, soko, des. Okay, so in this newer structure, the noun tends to be first before the wa, and then koko, soko, or asoko is telling something about its location. So, ginko wa asoko desu. Okay, so let's do the example first. So let's see, we just left off with Himena-san again. So Himena-san, you're going to do A, and Eddie-san B.
すみません、銀行はどこですか？
あそこです。
ありがとうございます。
Right, so that's the pattern, right? So now Eddie-san, you're going to ask Mark. Mark's the guy who works in the store or whatever, and you're asking him.
Okay. すみません、トイレはどこですか？
Right, that's what it is. Or since it's right there in the picture, you could say,
Koko.
hi, koko desu, because it's right there, right? She just didn't recognize the sign, maybe. Believe it or not, Japanese restroom symbols are not always as obvious as they think they are. I'm sure they think that it's very clear when they have a sign like this and a sign like this. Do you know which one's which?
The one on the left is the men's room.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. Okay, what might be less obvious is if those are the only symbols. Yeah, this is the kanji for male and this is the kanji for female, and out in the boonies, sometimes those are the only signs on the restrooms. In the big cities, usually they have something like this, or sometimes a more obvious symbol. But yeah, out in the boonies, sometimes there are places that have never seen a gaijin tourist before, and so it hasn't occurred to them yet that just putting kanji on their restrooms might not be clear enough. So if you're their first ever gaijin tourist, you might need to know those kanji so that you don't walk into the wrong one by mistake. It's especially important if it's the bathhouse. Otherwise, you'll have a lot of people going, eek, if you walk in there. Okay, so, toire wa doko desu ka? Koko desu. Okay, じゃあ2番、マークさんとウィルさん。
すみません。図書館はどこですか？
あそこです。
ありがとうございます。
はい。はい、じゃあウィルさんとマリアンさん、3番お願いします。
すみません。クスはどこですか？
Oh, I'm the girl, okay.
Yeah. Actually, yeah,
He does.
he just asked you where the shoes are, so you're pointing to them. So you're saying,
あそこです。
soko desu.
そこです。Okay.
Yeah,
I
'cause
was
they're-
wondering.
In the picture, you're actually playing the guy's role here. And the girl is standing right near where the shoes are, but she's not seeing them for some reason. Yeah, she's looking the wrong direction. So it's like, where are the shoes? Try looking down.
Okay, so
Soko desu.
そこです。
Soko desu. Yeah.
ありがとうございます。
はい。じゃあ、4番。どうぞ。
4番。
はい。
山下先生はどこですか？
asoko.
Aso.
Asoko desu.
Asoko desu.
Yeah, because he's far from both of them, but it's location, not
Oh, yeah.
that guy. She knows who he is, she's just looking for where he is, so asoko desu. And then you end.
ありがとうございます。
はい。はい、じゃあ5番どうぞ。
すみません。メニューはどこですか?
It's like always reading the wrong word.
Yeah. What's going on?
It's senko desu.
Soko desu.
Soko desu.
そこです。はい、そこです。はい。Maybe they're only labeling it in English in this book. Maybe in real life it was labeled in Japanese and she didn't recognize it yet.
Or maybe she only speaks Japanese and doesn't know the English.
Right, yeah, she doesn't understand the English
True.
label on the menu. Yeah. Who knows? She could be Russian. はい。じゃあ、キミさんとライアンさん、6番お願いします。
すみません。住所はどこですか？
どこですか?
どこですか？
ここです。
はい、ここです。はい、皆さんわかりましたか?
わかりました。
はい。じゃあ、this last piece, we're not going to have time to finish, but let's try to do some of them. これは誰の傘ですか? So here we have the combination of これは and then 誰の. Remember before we had これそれあれは何ですか? We had that structure before. So if you replace the none with 誰の,誰のですか? So what's it asking?
Whose is this?
Yes, this is whose. これは誰のですか? So let's say you find something on the ground in the classroom. So you pick it up. これは誰のですか? Whose is this, right? If you wanted to ask whose specific noun word is this, you could change it to this structure, right? So if you find a book on the floor and you want to ask whose book is this, この本は誰のですか? But if you just find some random item and you don't even know the Japanese word for it, you could say これは誰のですか? Right? You know, maybe you pick something up off the floor and you have no clue what to call this thing in Japanese. これは誰のですか? Whose is this? Right? Or you pick up something and you do know the word for it in Japanese. この本は誰のですか? Or このペンは誰のですか? Etc. いいですか?はい。
Okay, so it's これは
誰のですか?
誰のですか or 誰の本ですか? Casa
Right.
ですか?
Yeah.
Okay. And それは I just want to write down the
The-
difference.
Yeah.
それ
Sore would be like if you're pointing at it and it's, let's say,
Oh no, I'm sorry. I just
Yeah.
want to
Okay.
make sure of the
Oh, and-
difference between
well,
that.
there, これは誰の傘ですか? So 誰のですか? 誰の傘ですか? So they're actually equivalent in that case. So これは誰の傘ですか? This is saying like, this is whose umbrella, right? これは誰の傘ですか? If you switch it around, この傘は誰のですか? Whose umbrella is this? They're 6 of one, half dozen of the other. But this is the structure they're teaching, so let's go with it. Okay, so これは誰の傘ですか? So, whose umbrella is this? Okay, so let's see. Who did we finish with? Over here. Okay, so Jimena-san to Eli-san again. Can you read the examples?
A and A, I guess.
Okay.
これは誰の傘ですか? レイさんの傘です。
Hi. Okay. So, I don't think they're assigning any particular owners to these guys.
Yes, they are.
Oh, they are. Oh. So it's saying, I see, picture A, and then the partner will refer to picture B. I see. So we can look at picture B on page 82 and see who all those things actually belong to. Okay, so if you're the person asking the question, you just have to look at which item it is. And if you're the person answering the question, you have to flip back and forth, see which item they're asking about, and then who that might actually belong to, based on what it looks like. Okay, but we're kind of out of time, so we're going to start with that exercise next class. Okay, so that would be a good idea to go ahead and actually practice, maybe write out some Q&A for yourself ahead of time, how you're going to ask and answer those questions so that you're ready for it. And we will go on to section 6 and 7 next class, and quite possibly finish the renshuu for this chapter. So today is the 16th, is that right?
Yes.
So next class we will try to finish this renshuu section, because then on Tuesday we will want to spend some time on the reading and writing activities in the back of the book, the lesson 2 segment in the back.
Were we supposed to memorize this page?
I included them in my flashcards, but I honestly do not remember which, if any, of those show up on the chapter test, so
I
would
didn't
have to
know if
check.
we were supposed to memorize this page. Me too.
I want you to know them in class. I don't think I necessarily have them on the first, on this upcoming
Because
test.
I memorized the vocabulary signs.
Yeah,
I just wasn't sure about these.
yeah. I think they're useful to know,
Yeah.
but I don't think I put them in the chapter text necessarily.
I
So
was
it's
wondering, what's this?
teishoku. It's a set menu. It's where they have like teishoku A will be, for example, rice, miso soup, maybe tuna sashimi and pickled vegetables and I don't know, a wakame side dish or something.
So it's kind of
Yeah,
like
it's
one of
like-
those cafeteria.
Yeah, it was like,
things.
is that
Well, it's
Done,
fancier
right?
looking than that. Teishoku, sometimes they have them in cafeterias too, but in nice
Did you get in the
restaurants,
car
it's like a
situation
beautiful
result?
lacquered black tray and all these beautiful little dishes
Yeah.
on the tray,
So
and they
you
bring the
just-
whole thing to you
You
as
Choose the
is.
tray.
And
Well,
the steering is shot,
in most
I just got it
restaurants,
fixed
it's
yesterday.
on the menu and it'll list
so
what items
My turbo
come in
just
that
came off
particular
last night.
teishoku, and there might be
My
3 or
turbo
5
goes-
different
so I was
teishoku
wondering why I was having any problems.
available,
Uh-huh.
and you
It's
choose
just my
which
intake
one you
and the
want
turbo
based on the
in the back of the
contents,
truck.
but they don't let you mix and match.
Yeah.
So you
So I had to go
order
get a clamp.
the one that has ingredients that you like,
Yeah.
and
I don't know
hope
anything
that,
about cars, so
hopefully, you
you're speaking
like everything
Chinese.
included, because they're not gonna give you substitutions.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
would say
thank
Japanese
you.
for sure right now. Yeah, I just got a diesel, so
Okay.
I have to learn about that.